Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Our group want to present about YB Ahmad Fadli bin Sha'ari. My name is Siti Aimunidah binti Omar, 1221408. YB Ahmad Fadli bin Sha'ari, born on 18 July 1918, is a Malaysian politician who has served as Member of Parliament for Pasir Mas since May 2018 and Chairman of the Skill Development Fund Corporation from 2020 until 2022. He is a member of the Malaysian Islamic Party, a component party of the Perikatan Nasional. He has also served as the Information Chief of PAS since November 2023. He served as the Yard Chief of Perikatan Nasional from January 2022 until January 2024. Ahmad Fadli also served as the Chief and Deputy Chief of PAS from November 2021 until October 2023 and from June 2019 until November 2021. We choose YB Fadli Sha'ari because he is a young politician who is very active in using new media to share his opinion, political message and to connect with the public. As the Member of Parliament for Pasir Mas, he often uses platforms like Facebook, TikTok and Instagram to spread political message and talk about current issues. YB Fadli is also known for his strong and bold way of speaking, which makes him very noticeable on social media, especially among young people. His consistent presence on new media gives us a chance to study how digital communication strategy can influence public opinion and political support. Besides that, he often talks about Islamic, Malay and social welfare issues. This is important to our study on how new media help shape identity and political feelings among his followers.
My name is Helwani binti Abdul Muttalib, metric number 1221379. Next, I will continue for the significance of YB Fadli Sha'ari message within the context of contemporary political issues. There are 5 main themes often highlighted in the political messaging of YB Fadli Sha'ari. Firstly, YB Fadli Sha'ari emphasized the importance of integrity in governance. He strongly rejects corruption and calls for transparency in public administration. Next, he prioritized public welfare, especially issues that affect the rakyat. After that, YB Fadli advocates for the Islamic sovereignty by defending Islamic values and upholding Sharia principles. Furthermore, he is outspoken against policies that burden the people, especially those driven by political motives. Lastly, he promotes the global Muslim solidarity. He consistently supports the Palestinian cause and calls for the unity among the Muslims around the world. Next, we move to another topic, which is, does YB Fadli Sha'ari communication style promote critical thinking or reinforce particular ideological stances? To begin with, our group main argument is no, it reinforces particular ideological stances. In order to support this, I will explain the 5 key features of his communication style. Firstly, ideological emphasis. His focus is on Islamic governance and Malay Muslim identity, which shows a clear ideological direction. Secondly, assertive rhetoric. He used strong language to defend the religious and party values, which leave little space for open dialogue. Thirdly, repetition of party narrative. His communication rarely entertains alternative views or debates, making it repetitive and one-sided. Next, minimal engagement with opposition. He tends to avoid opposing views and instead reinforce past ideological stance in public discourse. Lastly, emotional appeal. He evokes religious solidarity, especially by referring to Palestine, in order to strengthen the supporters' loyalty. In conclusion, these 5 features show that YB Fadli communication style does not promote the critical thinking, but instead reinforce the specific ideological belief.
My name is Adlinuha binti Abdul Aziz, metric number 1221395. I will continue. How does Wabi Fadli Sha'ari contribute to shaping the public sphere through digital platform? Does he create a space for public debate or reinforce existing opinions? Wabi Fadli Sha'ari, a member of Parliament for Pasir Mas and a prominent figure in PAS, actively engages in the digital space through platforms such as Facebook and TikTok. Second, digital engagement. Wabi Fadli frequently uses Facebook to post updates on national politics, often focusing on moral and religious. On TikTok, he shares short videos featuring speeches and responses to current issues. His content typically reflects strong alignment with past ideology. Next, impact on public sphere. YB contributes to the public sphere by reinforcing identity and unity among past supporters. He sparks broader discussion on platforms like X. Also, he stimulates public discourse through reactions and criticisms. Opinion versus debate. YB Fadli's communication strategy primarily reinforces views. Furthermore, provokes wider debates on controversial topics. Lastly, engages youth and natural observers unintentionally. Next, available data or examples of Wabi Fadli Sha'ari reach and engagement. How does this quantitative information reflect his impact on public opinion? First, social media presences actively engage on multiple platforms. Facebook shares political views and current activities. Instagram posts image and videos of events. X commentary and public interaction. YouTube speeches and political videos. TikToks reaches out to youth in an informal engaging style. Telegram broadcasts updates to followers. Second, digital reach and engagement. Examples of engagement quantitative data. Users all seek major platforms to maximize reach. He shares political opinions, party updates, and personal activities. Frequently shares videos and infographics. Third, impact on public opinion. How does this influence the public? Reaches youth, voters with simplified, relatable content, generates discussions on Islamic values, political loyalty, and national issues. Some posts with go viral, sparking media attention and online debates. Fourth, YB Fadli Sha'ari uses social media as a strategic political tool, builds public trust and support, especially among the youth, shapes narrative and influences public opinion through consistent digital presence.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Nur Aina Nadirah binti Muhammad Zufri. Biometric number is 1221432. So the question is, does YB Fadli Sha'ari use certain narrative, symbol or language to influence audience perception of political issue? So the answer of this question is yes. Why yes? Because Islamic narrative and morality always use a religious framework in touching on social and political issue. For example, touching on LGBT issue, alcohol and entertainment from a Sharia perspective. Second, emotive language and religious rhetoric using terms such as Amar Ma'ruf, Nahi Munkar, persuasion of Islam government faith to arouse emotion and support. YB Ahmad Fadli Sha'ari reprimanded the Minister of Housing and Local Government Nga Koming regarding the use of hadith in political speeches, emphasizing that hadith cannot be used as a plaything. Third, assertive and confrontational language. Using words such as strongly rejected, forbidden, treat to faith to show a clear and firm stance. Next, consider whether this figure lends toward a particular political ideology and how this bias affect their framing of key issues. How do they present different political views? So the answer is yes. Why? He tends toward Islamic conservative ideology, always use religious references, Islam and Sharia in social political issue, reject liberal, secular and pluralism ideologies. Issues such as LGBT, alcohol and entertainment are evaluated from a religious perspective. For example, an LGBT issue, he used terms such as street of faith and illegal acts and argues the government to take firm action. How does he express his different political views? Firmly and loudly. Use strong language such as strongly rejecting, contradicting Islam as verse them style. Past is the portrayed as a fighter for Islam. The opponent bring negative influence. less discussion, more open reprimand. For example, of the issue of aurat and clothing, he proposed stricter guidelines despite receiving reaction from liberal, still insisting on the principle of preserving the dignity of Islam.
My name is Amalia Fatini Binti Fauzi. My metric number 1221434. Okay. Next, how does framing political views by YB Fadli Sha'ari affect his audience understanding of citizenship? First, risk of division, and second, effect on citizenship understanding, which is have two positive framing and negative framing. Positive framing, it promotes active informed citizenship, and second, narrows the meaning of citizenship to race or religion. Thus, it encourages active participation in democratic process or create division among citizens. It can do both depending on how the message is framed. First, encourage active participation. When YB Fadli Sha'ari speaks about the justice or national issue from an Islamic perspective, it can motivate his audience. Second, create division. However, if his statement focus on race, religion, or attack opposing views too strongly, it may lead to polarization, where citizens feel divided along identity lines rather than unites as nation. For the conclusion, YB Fadli Sha'ari represents an effective model of political communication in promoting Islamic agenda through in digital platform. His use of social media enable him to reach a wide audience, particularly among youth and strange political support. However, his style of framing often leans towards exclusivity and high ideological tone, which may limit diverse engagement.